gorgeous, Olga is here. Welcome to this week's blog. My name is Olga Botcherera. I'm EFT relationship coach, and in this video we'll talk about something that came up a few times lately in both conversations with somebody that I know and in my coaching conversations, and it has to do with, ready? Are you sugarcoating how bad things really are? Isn't that a juicy topic? So first of all, guys, you can hear the thunder from outside. That's what's happening there. It's really, really raining. And I apologize for the sound. But hopefully this is something that will provoke you to think about what's happening in your life and just to kind of tell you how honest you are with yourself. And so often we'll say that honesty is our priority or integrity is something that we deeply value. But when we start looking a little bit closer to how we live our lives or what kind of things are happening, it's really something that is up for questioning. I remember talking to a friend and she was sharing something that was happening in her personal life. And some of the things that she was saying and some of the things that she was believing just didn't line up. And I can tell that she's not happy. And she is also saying that she is, right? And later on, I got to find out a little bit more details about what's happening. And actually, she was telling her other friends not to tell her the truth, right? So she not only was lying to herself, but she was asking others also not to be congruent with her. So the question is, why do we do something like this, right? Why is that this, why is it happening so often? And so the truth is we are lying to ourselves. We all do that, right? And even we ask others to lie. And here's something interesting, guys. The best relationship advice I ever received: take things for face value. What that means essentially is that the way things are right now, they probably are not going to get much better. Talking to a client, she said, well, he's a great guy, but he doesn't tell me lots of compliment. Well, he's a really good person, but he doesn't ask me on a date. Well, he's this and that, but he doesn't want to share about us on Facebook. And I'm looking at this and I was like, seriously? It will not get better. If there's a feeling that you have about this that is just very, very clear, and you have so many signs and signals, the red flags, right? Then don't ignore them. Take time to be honest with yourself and process them to where, first of all, you acknowledge them. Second of all, you say them out loud. Third of all, you tap on that, right? So the truth can come out. And hey, I get it. It's not easy. I've been living in the lie relationships for like 9 years. Well, maybe the first couple of years we were actually happy. But the more you reemphasize the pattern, the more you kind of stay, well, it's really loud. The more you stay asleep, cannot stay asleep in this weather, the more it's going to happen with you, right? So some people are like, why is it keep on happening with me? I moved to a different country. I change continents. I, get through different relationships and I keep on dating the same people. I keep on having the same people in my life, right? So I have, the client that I work with, and she's an amazing woman. And we were talking about her dynamic in her childhood. And now she has a coworker and she has a boss. And as she talking to me, explaining the dynamic that she's experiencing right now, it's the same dynamic. She uses the same descriptive words. She talks about the same specific way she feels about them. And she's completely oblivious to the fact that's what it is. So what I wanted to ask you guys and what I wanted to kind of pay attention to is the multiplicity of that, right? How we're recreating drama over and over if we choose to stay asleep to this. This is the danger of that. So let's talk about how to fix this, how to wake up to this, and how to tap on this, right? So essentially what we're dealing with very often here is fear of facing what is, right? And knowing that it may not get better, it may get worse, right? So I think so often we don't want to face the reality because then we have to change something. If we change something, it'll just get worse than better. I remember when I was married and I had a friend, and she was a good friend. She did the best she could. And so what she told me, she goes like, Olga, listen, don't divorce them. I know you're not happy, but if you divorce them, who knows what kind of freaks out there, right? Who knows who you meet? And I mean, it was a horrible advice, right? Because we were not a good match and that relationship has run its course. But that's what she was coming from, right? And it was where a lot of us are coming from. We're coming from this place of scarcity, of place that there's not enough of good men, not enough of good jobs, not enough of money, not enough of health, and we're projecting it to everything that is. So this abundance mentality that so many of us are shifting into right now, let's tap into this. Let's allow this to happen. So how do you do this, right? How do you see things better than they were before? Well, Fast EFT has a powerful tool for change. If you haven't learned how to tap and change the memories, I highly recommend you to do so. I have a video on how to do this. You can Google it, you can look it up. And so what you do is you go within and you transform yourself and you change your inner resources. And as you do so, your relationship transforms and you have ability to see things more clearly, and you have capacity to be honest with yourself, knowing that it only will get better, right? It's kind of like, this feeling when, something is changing. My hair is just a little, and something is shifting, and you're like really, really scared because you go like, okay, sorry guys, because you go like, okay, now I'm gonna let go of this one thing, and it's just gonna be really bad. It's gonna be even worse, right? So you have this one husband or one boyfriend or whatever, one experience. But the truth is, you let go of this one thing, and there's 10 other great things waiting for you out there. But people are not feeling, people don't believe in the better things. People don't know the good things are happening with them right now. And so what I want to invite you to, guys, is to take a closer look at what's happening with you right now. And this dynamic of, are you sugarcoating what's going on, is such an important question to ask. Because the truth is, temporarily, you might be able to numb yourself. And temporarily, you might be living in a situation where it's kind of sort of okay. But long term, you are creating more drama. So the earlier you get aware of these patterns, the earlier you will waken up to this, the easier your dynamic will be, especially when it comes to the relationships. So let's tap. So think about something that you maybe don't want to look into, or that you are kind of, a little bit unclear about or unsure, and you have this feeling that it's just not right. But you're not ready to do anything about it, or you're a little bit scared to change things, or shake things up, right? So go there and just notice it. You don't have to do anything. I promise you don't have to change anything unless you absolutely want to. But what we're doing is we're just raising your vibration, and we're waking up the true you, the honest you. So we're shaking off these layers of protection, right, of fear. And so go ahead and tap with me, guys. It's just very simple technique. If you never tapped before, really easy. So it has to do with acupressure points and how they affect the energy system in the body, or the body organs that create stress. So when you tap and say things, it gives you a sense of liberation, help you to process and clear things. In Fast EFT, we have the process where you can go actually change memories. You can do it by yourself, you can do it with a practitioner, but this is a great place to start. Telling the truth, speaking up, and being honest with yourself. So let's do this. So go ahead and close your eyes. Go to this place that you don't want to go to. Go to the places that you're sugarcoating, that you're not 100% honest with yourself. And as you do, just tap between you say this words. Even though I'm not sure I want to change things, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though it's scary for me to be honest, there's nothing I can do. What's the point of talking about this? I love and accept myself anyways. Even though I don't want things to change, I love that person. Even though he does not make me fully happy, I know I'm not fulfilled. I know part of me is really not satisfied. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And as I look within, as I change within, my relationships transform. No more push and pull, no more struggle, no more worries. It's safe for me to let it go. It's safe for me to be honest and congruent. It's safe for me to be positive and be optimistic, but make sure that I'm not fooling myself and that I'm not just ignoring things that are there. There's difference between having a clean carpet and having a carpet that's full of dirt and poop and smoke and all kind of food on it and saying, it's fine, it's not so bad. So what is it? Am I honest with myself? Am I taking things for face value? Or am I hoping for him or the situation to change? I release and let it go. Whatever it is, I give it permission to shift. That moment in time when this was created, I release it from every cell of my body. It's safe for me to let it go. I release and let it go. All in the past, no longer real. Every day is a new day. Shifting in a new way of being. It's safe for me to be honest. It's safe for me to be clear. That's how I make my best decision. That's how I can hear the inner wisdom. That's safe for me to follow it because my life is continually improving. And I choose to believe that I do live in a supportive universe. There's one belief I choose to adapt. That would be the one that I live in a supportive universe. And so it is. Every day is a new day. It starts now. It's safe for me. Letting go of everything else. And finish tapping. Go ahead and grab your wrist and breathe in. And breathe out. And say word peace. Alrighty, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Thank you so much for tapping with me. Love yourself. Be kind to yourself. I talk to you soon. Bye.